Given the current climate of the secondary market, and with all that New York Comic-Con speculation surrounded around the MCU, these comic books are screaming buy, buy, buy right now. And if you want to know what they are, meet me back here in the comic room. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of You Know, Keep It Comics. As always, I am your gracious host, C3. Before we get started, I would like to take this opportunity to do what I always do, which is thank each and every one of you for stopping by checking out the channel. Today, I've got a beautiful video planned for us. I've got 10 comic books that I picked up on the secondary market, and I'm hoping to share those with you guys. What I like to do here is show you 10 comic books that are on my radar. Some cover buys, some speculation comic books, and some first appearances. So I like to couple that in to a little 10 count, and I like to share that with you guys. All right? And I also, if you stick around to the end, have gotten a lot of comic books in the mail, and I would love to share those with you too after we're done with the hot list. All right? So you guys know the routine. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Feel free to ring the bell. So every time I do a video, you guys will get that notification. And I almost forgot. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. Check the nonsense at the door. Because we're just here for the love of comics. All right? Now, coming in at number 10, I've got a book that is published by Marvel. And I looked up this book because I finally got an opportunity to watch the streaming service on Disney+. This book was published by Marvel. It was released on September 1st, 1972. And the title of this book is Werewolf by Night, issue number 1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first solo and ongoing series of Werewolf by Night. And I have to tell you guys, I watched it and I really enjoyed it. How many of you guys really enjoyed Werewolf by Night? I like the fact that they did it in black and white. I like the fact that the characters that they picked to portray our heroes were spot on. I think they did a really awesome job. And I'm looking forward to whatever comes next. I think that Marvel is doing a really good job with bringing these characters to the big screen, both big screen and small screen. So I really enjoyed that. All right. So let's talk numbers about Werewolf by Night, issue number 1. Last recorded sale for this book was on October 9th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $164. Now, this book is actually trending down, ladies and gentlemen, which makes this a perfect buying opportunity for this book. All right, you guys know my motto. I like to strike while the iron is cold. So this book is currently trending down, and it's at a negative 11.34% decrease. Right? So now's a perfect opportunity for you to get your hands on one of these books. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $180, while the average sale for a CGC 7.0 is running about $420. There's been 501 raw copies that have sold, but yet again, there's been 147 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 648 copies of this particular book that is moving on the secondary market. Now, check this out. The highest known sale for a CGC 9.8 was back on June 17th of 2022, where that book sold for $28,800. All right. Now, fair market value has this book resting at $180 for a raw copy in very good condition. So if you are in the market for Werewolf by Night, issue number 1, the first solo and ongoing series of Werewolf by Night, keep your eye out on this book because it's on the move. All right. And keep in mind, I'm going to run through these fairly quick because I want to get to these unboxings for you guys. All right. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. Thank you for sticking around. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please, before this video is over, consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. All right. Now, coming in at number 9, this book was also published by Marvel. It was released on March 1st, 1941. Now, the title of this book is Submariner Comics, issue number 1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And as you noticed, I have a portion of this blocked out because I don't want to offend anybody. But yet, this is a book that caught my attention, and this is a book that I am going to go after. All right? Now, the key factor to this book is it's a classic Submariner versus Hitler's story arc. All right? And this book was, the last recorded sale for this book was on July 17th of 2022, where CGC 5.5 of this book sold for $40,800. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a collector's gold piece right here. So this is something that a lot of collectors, they hold on to books like this. Not very easy to get your hands on, right? This book is currently trending upward at 0.05% increase in sales. Now, there has been no raw copies sold in this book recently, but I did find the average sale for this book at a 6.5, and that is $30,000. All right, and there's been 16 graded copies of this particular book that is sold so far on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale that I was able to find was in an 8.0, and that was back on August 26th of 2021, where that 8.0 sold for $90,000, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so if you are in the market for a comic such as this, Submariner, issue number 1, keep your eye out on this book because it is definitely on the move. And especially because we know now that Submariner is going to be one of the baddies in Black Panther, that this book is getting a little notice, right? So it is important for us to pay attention to how these books continue to fluctuate up and down on the secondary market and watch how they move. This particular book surfaced as I was doing my search. I went in looking for, you know, that Submariner issue number 1, Marvel Spotlight. Also, I was looking for titles with Submariner on it. This one popped up. My first time actually seeing this book, so I was very intrigued by it. All right, so I did a little research, and these are the numbers, and this is the information that I came up with, and I thought I might want to share this with you guys. All right, so keep your eye out on this book because it's doing numbers on the secondary market. All right, excuse me. You know what it is. Good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in at number 8, this book also was published by Marvel. It was released on March 1st of 2008. Again, MCU has a lot of plans going on. So, and this is part of it. I mean, we noticed this by watching She-Hulk on the small screen, right? On our TVs every day. So we know eventually that they're going to double back to this particular character. And I'm talking about Hulk, issue number 1. And this is that Ed McGuinness cover. Yes, the Red Hulk, ladies and gentlemen. That's the key factor. It's the first appearance of the Red Hulk, Thaddeus Ross. Now, there has been some speculation after all that New York Comic-Con talk that Harrison Ford may be going to play the role of Thaddeus, but considering that we lost William Hurt, we don't know for certain that Harrison Ford is going to play the part, but I could actually see him in that role. William Hurt did good at that first presentation of Thaddeus Ross, right? But I also know that, and we all know that Harrison Ford, his range is strong enough for him to pull that off as well. All right? So it's a possibility. He may or may not. It has not been confirmed, but there is some speculation centered around that. So let's talk more numbers. All right? So last recorded sale for this book was on October 10th of 2022, where a 9.8 sold for $325. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, 0.18% increase in sales. The average sale for a raw copy of this book right now is $58, and the average sale for CGC 9.8 is running you roughly about $295. There has been 1,163 copies of raw copies that have sold, and there has been 500 graded copies that have sold, giving you a grand total of 1,672 copies of this book that continues to change hands on the secondary market. Now, there is a high sale for CGC 9.8 that took place back in December 1st of 2021, where that book sold for $600. But at the current moment, fair market value has that book resting at $58 for a raw copy in near mint condition. All right. So if you are in the market for Hulk, issue number 1. Keep your eye out on this book because it too is on the move. All right, coming in at number 7, ladies and gentlemen. This book was published by Marvel. It was released on December 1st, 1987. The title of this book is Iron Man, issue number 225. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Armor Wars. We've heard a lot of speculation about this. There's been a lot of chatter ever since New York Comic Con was released, right? So I had to go dig and find out what's going on with this particular book. So let's talk about it. This is that beginning story arc of the Rumor War. Of Armor Wars. So the last recorded sale for this book was on October 9th of 2022, where a CGC 8.5 sold for $57. And you know me, I like that low buy-in. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 0.21% increase in sales. The average sale for a raw copy is about $14, while the average sale for a CGC 9.4 at the moment is about $116. There's been 325 raw copies that have sold, but there's also been 24 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 349 copies of this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale for this book was back in September 14th of 2022, where a CGC 9.8 sold for $440. Keep in mind, fair market value has this book resting at $14 for a raw copy in very fine condition. So, if this is a book that you are interested in adding to your collection, it is on the move, so keep your eye on it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 6. This book was also published by Marvel. It was released on March 4th of 2016. The title of this book is Invincible Iron Man, issue number 9. Yes, now this book has been on the list before, and I had to double back and talk about this book some more because we know from Black Panther that we are going to have Namor, we are going to see Riri, and possibly a new Black Panther. So I wanted to make sure that we add this to the list because what's going to happen is Riri is going to take Iron Man's mantle. There's no question about that. So, and she's not going to be called Iron Man. She's going to be called Ironheart. So, the key factor to this book is it is the first full appearance of Riri Williams, who later becomes Ironheart. All right. Now, last recorded sale for this book was on October 4th of 2022. When a CGC 9.8 sold for $540. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, with a 0.76% increase in sales. The average sale for a raw copy right now is $139. And the average sale for a graded copy in a CGC 9.8 will run you about $458. There's been 857 raw copies that have sold, and there's been 521 graded copies that have sold, giving you a grand total of 1,378 copies of this particular book that has changed hands. But keep this in mind, the highest known sale was back on April 18th of 2021, where a 9.8 sold for $1,000. And that is still not a bad price point for buying, right? CGC 9.8, quality book, a premier character, a very interesting character that has a strong following. $1,000 for a 9.8 is not all that bad, right? Now, keep this in mind, that fair market value has this book resting at $139 for a raw copy in near mint condition if you wanted to go that route. So if you're in the market for this book, which is Invincible Iron Man issue number 9, keep your eye on it because it's doing numbers on the secondary market. All right? Now, we've made it to the halfway mark. And before I go any further, I just want to stop, take an opportunity to just thank each and every one of you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you to all my new subscribers. And if this is your first time stopping by checking out the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that like button because that really helps us out. All right? You know, all we do over here is enjoy comics. No nonsense, no squabbling, no bickering, none of that. Just the love of comics, that's what brings us together, all right? And it'll always be the same. Good vibes only. Nothing like a cup of vibe juice and a stack of comics to get you through the rough times. All right, so I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. I know I couldn't do this without you. You guys are the reason I do it. I do it for the community. I do it for the culture. You know. All right, so let's get back at it. Coming in at number 5. This book was published by Marvel. It was released on June 3rd, 2009. The title of this book is Black Panther, issue number 5. And again, we have the new movie that's dropping, coming up in November. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited, but I'm a little skeptical because I know what they're showing us in the film, but it's not what they're showing us, it's what they're not showing us. And I'm going to be the first one to say this. Well, I may not be the first one because I know there are other like-minded individuals, but I'm going to say it so that people can know what I'm talking about. I'm still not quite sold that that's Shuri in that Black Panther costume. And the reason I say that is because I just recently, which is actually just yesterday, I bought a t-shirt that has, one side of it is the Black Panther and the other side of it is a female, but it's not Shuri. So that leads me to think that there's a possibility that who's ever in that suit may not be Shuri. But I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm just putting that out there. I'm still not too sold on it, so I can't wait to see the movie and see who's in that costume, right? Because, you know, Marvel has been known to throw curveballs, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those moments. All right? So let's talk some more numbers about this book. The last recorded sale for this particular book was on October 3rd of 2022, where a CGC 9.6 sold for $210. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at a 0.65% increase in sales. The average raw sale is about $76, and the average sale for a graded CGC 9.8 is $381. There has been 375 raw copies that have sold, and there has been 103 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 475 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. There is a high sale that took place back on August 28th of 2021, where that book sold for $750. A CGC 9.8 sold for $750 back on August 28th of 2021. And keep this in mind, that fair market value has this book resting at $76 for a raw copy in near mint condition, if you are looking to just go that route too, right? So if you don't want the graded copy, and you know, you can actually get the raw copy, send it in, and take your chances and seeing what grade will come back. I know that's part of the fun for a lot of people too, seeing what grade comes back for them. All right, so if you are in the market for Marvel Black Panther issue number 5, it's a cameo appearance of Shuri in the Black Panther suit. All right, keep your eye out on this book because it too is on the move. All right, coming in at number 4. This is a Marvel book that first debuted on February 1st, 1967. Now, this is a fun character. Like, by no means, I don't take this character serious. It's a silly character. It's a lighthearted character. And I enjoyed seeing him on the small screen. Made me smile, right? It was just those moments to where, you know, that comedic relief just hits just right. You know what I mean? And that's what I like to see in characters that I collect and that I go after. You know, that do something for me, right? So this book was published by Marvel. It was released on February 1st, 1967. The title of this book is Daredevil, issue number 25. Yes, Daredevil, issue number 25, and it is the key factor is that it is the first appearance of Leapfrog. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know if you saw him in She-Hulk, but I thought he was hilarious. I thought he did very well at portraying that character. Very serious, very silly. You know what I mean? Not so serious as he was in the comic book, but, you know, just silly. So we may not ever see him again, but I thought he was funny. And it made me look up his book, and I think I might want to add it to my collection just because. You know what I mean? So these are the numbers on Leapfrog. And I thought he was just hilarious in court. I thought he was silly in court, so I enjoyed it. So here's some numbers. Last recorded sale for this book was on October 9th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $40. This book is currently trending upward at 10.15% increase in sales. That may be because of the debut in the She-Hulk series, right? And I'm cool with that because it may drop after that. But right now, I still see good buying opportunity. The average sale for a raw copy of this book right now is about $15. The average sale for a graded copy in the CGC 8.0 is $145. There has been 545 raw copies that have sold, but there's also been 58 graded copies that have changed hands, giving us a total of 603 copies of this book that is moving on the secondary market. Now keep this in mind. There is a high sale that took place back in May of 2017, where CGC 9.8 of this book sold for $3,277. Yes, so he wasn't that silly that somebody wasn't willing to give up 3 racks for him. Facts. All right. So, fair market value has this book rested at $15 for a raw copy in very good condition. So, if you're in the market for this book, keep your eye out on the move because Daredevil issue number 25, first appearance of Leapfrog, is starting to get people's attention. Coming in at number 3, we have made it to the top 3 hottest comic books of the week. Right. This is a Bronze Age book, my friends. This book was published by Marvel. It was released on September 1st, 1974. The title of this book is Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 136. Beautiful cover. I love it, right? And the key factor to this book is it's the first appearance of Harry as the Green Goblin, all right? And we all know, I don't have to go into no type of detail about this book. We all understand the significance of it, and we know this book is worth any amount of money, all right? So, let's talk about it. Last recorded sale for this book was on October 5th of 2022, where a raw copy of this book sold for $104. This book is also trending upward with 10.21% increase in sales. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $70 right now, while the average sale for a CGC 9.4 is $404. There has been 717 raw copies that have sold, but there's also been 169 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 886 copies of this book that has moved on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale for this book was back on July 11th of 2022 when the CGC 9.8 sold for $2,500. And with that being said, keep in mind that fair market value has a book of this magnitude resting at $70 for a raw copy in fine condition. All right, so if you're in the market for Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 136, first appearance of Harry as the Green Goblin, keep your eye out on this book because it's on the move and it's also worth every dime. Coming in at number 2. This book, I haven't seen this book on anyone's channel, on anyone's site, on anyone's anything. Peep this. It's published by Marvel. This book was released on August 1st of 2015. The title of this book is Wolverine, issue number 13. Yes, look at that cover. Now, I'll tell you why I picked this book. I picked this book because we always see Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool taking jabs at Wolverine. We always see him do that, right? But this particular comic is Wolverine taking a jab at Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool, right? So, listen, we see Hugh Jackman's coming back. I think this is a dope signature comic book to have. Like, I'm back. So I had to put this comic book on the list. And look, it's not going crazy on the secondary market, but if you are interested in having this comic book in your collection, check these numbers out. It's a great cover, and it's just worth. I think it's worth adding to my collection. So if you feel the same way, pay attention. The last recorded sale for this book was on August 9th of 2021, where a raw copy of this book sold for $165. The average sale for a raw copy right now is $165. And the reason for that is because not a lot of them have sold so far. right? So this book is going under the radar right now. So if you guys look, you're liable to find this for a really good price, okay? The average sale for CGC 9.8 of this book is about $350, right? Again, not bad too. Beautiful cover, you know what I mean? Definitely worth it if you can get it in that CGC 9.8. Now listen, there has been one raw copy that have sold, and there has been 2 graded copies that have sold. So that's what I'm saying. This book is under the radar right now. So this is probably something that you can get for not a lot of money, especially if you're able to negotiate a little bit. You can get the price down. But I still think, I love the cover. I love the tribute. I love the back and forth. You know what I mean? So if you got Deadpool throwing jabs at Wolverine, here's one for Wolverine to Deadpool. All right? So the highest known sale for this book was back on May 1st of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $350. Fair market value does have it resting at $160 for a raw copy in very fine condition. So if this is a book that you think you may want to add to your collection, these are the specs on it. Keep your eye out on it, because it's not doing a lot of movement, but I'm pretty sure it will very soon. All right. Okay. So here we have it, my friends. We have made it to our #1 hot comic book of the week. This book was published by Marvel, Bronze Age goodness. It was released on July 3rd, 1973. The title of this book is Jungle Action, issue number 6. Yes. The key factor to this book is it is the first appearance of Eric Killmonger. Now, we haven't seen him in any of the trailers, but there is some speculation that he could actually make an appearance in the movie. This is just a book is worth having in your collection. When you talk about that Black Panther franchise, Eric Killmonger is one of the main characters, one of the main villains, and you definitely want to have him in the collection, right along with that Black Panther, with that Fantastic Four issue number 52, right? You definitely want that in your PC. So the last recorded sale for this book was October 2nd of 2022, where CGC 5.0 sold for $159. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 62.55%. The average sale for a raw copy right now is $220. And the average sale for a CGC 9.2 graded copy of this book is $953. There's been 464 raw copies that have sold, but there's also been 67 graded copies that have sold, giving us a total of 531 copies of this book that has changed hands on the secondary market. Now, the highest known sale for this book was back on November 3rd of 2021, where CGC 9.8 sold for $18,225. Now, that's a lot of money, but fair market value has this book rested at $220 for a raw copy in fine condition. So, if you are in the market for Jungle Action, issue number 6, first appearance of Eric Killmonger, keep your eye out on this book, because it is definitely on the move. All right? So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I have given you your list. Be sure that you safely execute when you're out there on the hunt. Don't make any hasty decisions. Don't make any life-changing, altering decisions when it comes to these comics. Be patient. If you can't afford them now, just be patient. Keep saving your money. Eventually, they'll circle back. These books always come back around. So never jump out of the airplane without your parachute. We already know how that ends, all right? So thank you, all right? So, and for those of you who have stuck around this far, I promise to open some boxes with you, all right? So that's what we're gonna do, all right? Give us 1 second. I did not realize before I started the video that I didn't bring my trusty scissors with me in order to open the boxes, but I have them in hand now. So without any further ado, let's jump right to opening some boxes, all right? You guys know the routine. Cue the music, but keep your clothes on. I'm super excited about what's coming in the mail this week. I do have to apologize that I didn't get a video out to you guys last week. It was the wife's birthday last week, so I had to focus on her. So it kind of set me back. So I just said I'll just wait till next week to do it. So I hope you guys don't hold it against me. All right. All righty. Yeah. So this is an eBay purchase. All right. Just pop the rivets on it. Show you what we got. We're in. This is how it came. It looks secure. Alright. Set that down. I'm just going to give this a little flick of the wrist. Alright, we've got that peak. Like that paint wrapper. Okay. All right. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We picked up The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 6. That variant cover art, the connecting variant. Right? Yes. Put all the spiders in there. Right. We also got Miss Marvel, Wolverine, issue number 1, that Peach Momoko, as a free gift. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Absolutely. Can't go wrong with that. So we'll set these over here. Let's open up another one. Here we go. So I'll pop the rivet from the top. Perfect. This one was easy. Flick of the wrist, get it out of here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This was a recommendation from the big homie Jim Comics on Jim's Comics, and he recommended that we read New Fantastic Four, issue number 1, because there may be some very significant things going on in there. So shout out to the big homie Jim Comics for giving us the heads up on this. Appreciate you, big dog. For those of you who don't know Jim's Comics, you might want to get to know him, so go check out his channel and you'll learn a lot, because I know I have. All right. Let's do another one. Or should I say, wait, we'll hold that one for last, right? Yeah, we'll hold that one for last. Let's see, let's do this big box. I got a big box here. Let's see what's in it. How about we do this one? Yes. Let's open up the big guy. All right, how do we get in? Let's see. Get these sides up. Get that tape broken. All right, that's one side. They got this one nice and secure. I will never complain about a package that comes securely shipped. Because I've had some bad experience with some poorly packaged comics. So I'll take it. I know at least this person had every intentions of me getting this package safely. I just want to make sure that I myself don't damage it. All right? Perfect. Look at all that nice bubble wrap. Nice. Okay. Flick of the wrist. More bubble wrap. They took their time. Made sure they got it. There's no problem. The unfun part is I'm gonna have to clean all this up when I'm done. I gotta clean it up. All right. Okay. All right, guys. This appears to have some CGC significance on it. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay. All right. This is a CGC comic book cover that I've been wanting in my collection for quite some time. I was finally able to pull the trigger on it. You guys know that I have a section that is just dedicated strictly to cover art, right? And this will be going in that section. What we have is Marvel Superheroes presents Dr. Doom. And that, look at that. Yes, that beautiful artwork. You got that Kirby artwork. Stunning. Wow. It's amazing. Classic. Even more beautiful in hand. And mind you, I know it's only a 2.0, but now it is my 2.0. Low grade is better than no grade. Remember what I always tell you. I'm not in competition with anybody. I collect because I love to do it. And I know what I like, and I know what I don't like. And I like this. She pretty. I'll take it. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Because we never know if Doom, when Doom, because we know he's coming. He's been here before, but I want to see him portrayed right in the MCU. And I have a funny feeling that Marvel is about to correct all their flaws and all the bugs in their past movie presentations. And when they start bringing these characters back, they're going to make a significant impact in the MCU. Beautiful. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic about this one. I like it. Hey, Mikey, he likes it. I sure do. Beautiful. Beautiful. Give me 1 second. I gotta step off camera for a second, but give me 1 second. Here we go. All right. I hope you don't mind. I got so excited I threw my scissors on the floor. All right. So let's say we pop open one more. All right. Let's pop open one more. Let's do this baby right here. All right. A little scary, so that's why I'm gonna open this one on the air. Look at this. So I hope she's okay. Here we go. Take my time. Make sure I don't hurt anything. I'm only cutting open tape right now. The box looks like it's already open. And you may have heard it, but it's raining a great deal where I'm at. So please forgive me, but I can't control the weather. All right, that's done. Let's get this other side done. Let's pop this baby open, see what we got. Need to keep the tape out of the way. Okay. So this is what it looks like, guys. It came like this. Alright, came like that. You know, not the greatest. Alright. Okay, so I have to take this blue tape off it before we can get any significant movement on it. Alright. I'm unfastening the blue tape from it right now. They got painter's tape on it. Taking that off now. Okay, I got the painter's tape off. All right. Nice, nice. Let's see what this is. Okay. I've been waiting for this one. Happy to share this with you guys. Happy to be able to share it with you. You guys ready? Let me just take a peek. Yeah. Happy. Let's see. Yep. All right, here we go, guys. We have Black Panther, issue number 3, the Touring Clark, 1 in 25. First appearance of Tosin Aduye. Yes, it was the perfect opportunity. Now, like I said, given the current climate on the secondary market, if you look at this book, people are asking anywhere from $500 to $700 for this book. I want to inform you that I paid nowhere near that for this book. And it is in near mint condition. This book is in excellent condition. Corners are sharp as an axe. I'm going to check the interior pages when I get the opportunity. I'm going to glove up, check it out, and give it a thorough inspection. But I got a really great buy on this book, right? I went in, I sent the seller a message with a nice offer, a humble offer, an honest offer. And they came back with a counter, and we settled on a price, which was beautiful. It was perfect. It was textbook negotiation. All right, Torrin Clark, 1 in 25, Black Panther, issue number 3, the first Tosin Oduye. And we do not know just yet what is Marvel's plans for this character, but to get it, you couldn't get it for the cover price. You got to get it while it's low, because you never know what's going to happen with it, right? And if nothing else, I love Tosin's artwork. I love Torrin Clark's artwork. He's a great artist. So even if nothing happens with the book, I'm happy with the artwork on this, and that alone is worth it for me, right? Beautiful artwork. Once more before we go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, super dope. I'm happy. All right, guys, that's it for now. I gotta let you go, all right? But thank each and every one of you for stopping by and checking out the channel. I know I couldn't do this without you. Thank you guys for all your love and your support. Thank you for all your encouraging comments. Thank you for just, man, keeping me focused. I appreciate it. I gotta go. You know what I always say, don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, always keep it comics. I'll see you later, Gator. Peace. You know what it is.